like alkaloids, tannins, cardiac glycosides, and digestive enzyme inhibitors, which can paralyze the nervous system or cause acute organ failure in any creature bold enough to consume them, especially since macaws are true seed predators, not just casual fruit eaters. When a macaw crushes a seed, these toxins are released into its stomach, which is where the first hypothesis comes into play. Layered structural minerals like smectite and kaolinite in the clay act as a powerful physical adsorbent. The perfect combination of a body engineered as an impact-resistant biomechanical masterpiece with devastating beak force. As we venture deep into the heart of the Amazon rainforest, one of the most biodiverse, complex, and brutally unforgiving ecosystems on the planet, we encounter a breathtaking spectacle, a natural phenomenon that shatters everything we thought we knew about avian behavior. Just as dawn breaks over the Tambopata River in Peru's National Reserve, a grand symphony of color and sound erupts, piercing the profound stillness of the vast wilderness. Every morning, as the first rays of sunlight pierce through the dense, lingering jungle mist, hundreds of giant macaws gather on the high branches overlooking the water. They are a brilliant explosion of color, from fiery scarlet macaws and elegant blue and yellows to the majestic red and greens. Yet, their sharp survival instincts keep them from rushing straight down to the ground. These exposed clay licks, sheer cliffs lining the great rivers, are a dangerous hotspot, where apex predators like jaguars and aerial hunters like hawks and falcons silently wait for the perfect moment to strike. They patiently perch in the high canopy, constantly scanning their surroundings to ensure the coast is completely clear. This creates a rigorous collective surveillance network where thousands of eyes work together, following the safety and numbers principle that the more eyes on lookout, the higher the chance of spotting danger, leaving aerial predators with virtually no chance of a successful ambush. Usually, smaller but incredibly bold and reckless species like mealy parrots act as pioneers, bravely landing first to scout the area and test the waters. Once they see these little companions remain unharmed, a few initial macaws summon the courage to dive down, hopping along the ridges to investigate. This quickly creates a powerful momentum, boosting the confidence of the rest of the flock, which pours down like a torrential rain of vibrant colors, completely blanketing the dull, rugged, gray cliffside. They do not gather here to drink, nor are they seeking shelter. Instead, they engage in a frenzy, using their massive beaks to scrape the walls, gripping the rock tightly with their feet, and continuously swallowing chunks of dry clay. This bizarre behavior is known to biologists as geophagy, the consumption of soil in the wild, an extraordinary ecological trait that the indigenous people of the Andes call colpa in ancient Incan, meaning salty earth. It is a phenomenon that has fueled intense curiosity and sparked fiery debates within the scientific community for over half a century. To understand why a highly evolved, intelligent bird would actively ingest dirt and rock, we must unpack the chemical secrets hidden within their daily rainforest diet. This behavior has sparked extensive ecological chemical postmortems within the field research community, leading to two major scientific hypotheses rigorously tested over decades. The Amazon rainforest ecosystem is inherently a silent yet brutal biological war zone, where plants, unable to run away, have been forced to develop an incredibly sophisticated chemical arsenal to protect their seeds, unripe fruits, and leaves from herbivores. Trees here, such as those in the legume or dipterocarp families, pack their seeds with highly toxic compounds, like alkaloids, tannins, cardiac glycosides, and digestive enzyme inhibitors, which can paralyze the nervous system or cause acute organ failure in any creature bold enough to consume them, especially since macaws are true seed predators, not just casual fruit eaters. When a macaw crushes a seed, these toxins are released into its stomach, which is where the first hypothesis comes into play. Layered structural minerals like smectite and kaolinite in the clay act as a powerful physical adsorbent. Mineralogical structural analyses published by the Tambopata Macaw project have shown that the clay here contains layered minerals with an exceptionally high molecular surface area and a strong negative charge. As the clay enters the macaw's proventriculus and gizzard, The positively charged alkaloid and tannin molecules from the toxic food are bound tightly into the gaps between the clay's molecular layers through ionic bonding, forming a stable mechanical complex that cannot be absorbed through the intestinal wall. This complex is then safely excreted through the digestive tract, effectively turning the clay into a shield that protects the stomach lining and prevents toxins from leaching into the bird's bloodstream. However, science always moves forward by challenging old hypotheses, and scientists with the Tambopata Macaw project, over 30 years of continuous research, uncovered a staggering data point that completely shifted the focus of the issue. If eating clay were purely for detoxification, macaws would need to consume it year-round at a consistent rate based on the toxic seeds they eat daily. Yet researchers recorded a bizarre phenomenon. The frequency of macaws gathering at the clay licks fluctuates wildly by season, skyrocketing during the pre-breeding and chick-rearing stages, but dropping to almost zero in other months even when their intake of toxin-rich food remains unchanged. This forced biologists to conduct a comprehensive chemical audit of clay samples taken from different heights on the cliffside, and the results opened a new chapter in avian nutritional biology. By analyzing soil samples pulled directly from the specific rock layers the macaws preferred to scrape, they found that the sodium content at these spots was over 40 times higher than in the surrounding vegetation or typical soil layers, and vastly higher than the sodium found in their regular plant-based diet. In the inland rainforest environment of the Amazon basin, located thousands of miles from the ocean, sodium salts are continuously leached out by torrential tropical downpours, turning the region into a mineral desert for herbivores. Sodium is a critical trace element for life, responsible for running the sodium-potassium pump to maintain cell membrane potential, regulating blood osmotic pressure, transmitting nerve signals, and triggering muscle activity. For a female macaw in the egg-laying stage, or a parent pair expending massive amounts of energy to feed rapidly growing chicks, the demand for sodium spikes to physiological extremes. The clay at the Amazonian cliffs is not just an antidote. It is a rare mineral mine, a vital dietary supplement that helps the birds rebalance their biological electrolyte systems. To prove this hypothesis, scientists compared the soil-eating behavior of macaws across different geographic regions. They discovered that flocks living in coastal forests, where the air and vegetation are enriched with salt carried in from the ocean, completely lack the habit of eating clay from cliffs. The absence of this behavior in coastal areas provides solid empirical evidence that geophagy in macaws is a highly regulated, deliberate ecological behavior, a genius adaptive solution sharpened over millions of years of evolution to solve an extreme biogeochemical nutrient deficit. Watching a flock of hundreds of macaws blanket a dull, gray clay lick with the brilliant colors of their plumage is, in reality, witnessing a sophisticated biological machine, self-repairing, and recalibrating its own biochemical metrics to survive and master the jungle. It is a powerful testament to how nature always finds a way, even in the harshest environments. From their sophisticated detoxification and mineral supplement strategies at the clay licks, macaws step into the dense jungle canopy as true rulers, thanks to a system of biomechanical anatomical traits considered a masterclass in natural engineering. To survive and thrive in an environment that demands complex, multi-directional movement and forces them to tackle seeds with rock-hard husks, the macaw's body has transformed into a precision mechanical powerhouse. This allows them to both extract valuable minerals from sheer cliffs and completely dominate the rainforest canopy. The first striking feature is their massive beak, which packs a terrifying, destructive force. This structure is not just a keratinized jaw, but the most powerful cutting and crushing tool in the avian kingdom. The anatomical structure of the macaw's beak possesses a unique characteristic. Their upper mandible is not fused to the skull like in other birds, but is instead connected via a highly flexible, mobile joint with elastic ligaments. This genius mechanical design allows macaws to move their upper beak up and down independently, creating an exceptionally wide gape that optimizes the angle of force when tackling giant nuts like Brazil nuts or tough forest seeds. The crushing power of a large macaw, such as the hyacinth macaw, can reach a staggering 1,200 pounds per square inch. stronger than the bite force of a large hound. This allows them to effortlessly snap the toughest fibrous structures, break a wooden broomstick in half, or crush seed shells that humans would need a hammer to crack. The interior keratin layer of their beak is equipped with rough file-like ridges that work in perfect harmony with a thick, dry, and scaly tongue, which contains a muscular cartilaginous core and a highly flexible miniature bone. This structure turns the tongue into an incredibly efficient mechanical drill, allowing the macaw to manipulate, stabilize, and expertly peel away seed coats before using its razor-sharp lower mandible like a utility knife to slice the seed in half without damaging the nutritious kernel inside. The raw power of the beak is backed by a unique foot anatomy known as a zygodactyl arrangement, where the 4 toes are positioned in perfect symmetry. The second and third toes face forward, while the first and fourth toes face backward. This specialized anatomy grants the macaw a vice-like grip and superb balance, effectively turning their feet into primate-like hands that combine incredible strength with dexterous coordination. This allows them to not only maintain a secure footing during acrobatics, playtime, or hanging upside down from flimsy branches swaying in storm winds to gather fruit, but also to grasp, rotate, and lift heavy objects or giant nuts to their beak with ease. When navigating the dense canopy, macaws use their beak as a third foot to grab onto branches and climb across complex gaps, creating a highly secure 3-point locomotion system typically seen only in highly evolved primates. Deep inside the body, the macaw's respiratory system is another physiological marvel, featuring a network of 9 air sacs distributed along the torso. These sacs act as bellows to continuously store and circulate air, ensuring the bird's lungs receive a constant stream of fresh oxygen during both inhalation and exhalation. This high-efficiency, unidirectional breathing mechanism delivers a continuous surge of energy to the massive breast muscles, powering their long, narrow wings, allowing these 4-pound giants to take flight and cruise through the canopy at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. However, the true marvel of macaw biology goes far beyond external mechanical structures. It lies in an advanced cognitive system and highly complex neural development packed inside a skull with a brain-to-body mass ratio comparable to dolphins and chimpanzees. For decades, the term bird brain was used to imply intellectual inferiority, but modern neuroscience has proven that the parrot family, especially macaws, possesses a brain structure with an ultra-high density of interconnected neurons packed into the telencephalon, the brain region, responsible for complex cognitive tasks and high-level social behavior. A landmark study published in the prestigious scientific journal Current Biology revealed that macaws are capable of abstract reasoning and multi-step problem-solving through a logical understanding of spatial cause and effect relationships. In laboratory experiments, when presented with a complex sequential mechanical puzzle involving latches, twists, and keys to open a food box, macaws do not rely on chaotic trial and error. Instead, they pause to observe, analyze the structural components, and then unlock each mechanism in an absolutely precise, logical sequence on their very first attempt. They even comprehend the concept of object permanence, knowing that an object hidden behind a screen has not ceased to exist, and they can skillfully use makeshift tools, like short wooden sticks, to retrieve items out of their beak's reach. This advanced cognitive capacity forms the foundation for a highly sophisticated social life and a unique system of individual vocal recognition in the wild. Macaws are strictly monogamous, mating for life and forming an incredibly tight, decades-long emotional bond. They fly side by side as inseparable silhouettes across the Amazonian sky and constantly reinforce their connection by preening each other on high branches around the clay licks. They communicate through a rich vocal repertoire of hundreds of calls, squawks, and specialized syllables, but the most astonishing aspect is their ability to use individual vocal signatures, essentially names, learned from their parents while still in the nest. Each chick is taught a unique acoustic signature that represents its personal identity. As adults, they use this specific call to introduce themselves or to call out to their mate across a chaotic, deafening rainforest environment populated by thousands of other birds, ensuring families can always identify one another amidst the commotion. To track, monitor, and deeply understand this entire biological blueprint and developmental process, scientists must undertake grueling fieldwork, scaling colossal trees to reach nests perched over 100 feet in the air. Upon approaching these nests, researchers face the fierce, instinctive defense of the parent macaws, forcing them to use professional handling techniques to temporarily and safely encourage the adults to fly out before lowering specialized buckets to bring the chicks down for health checkups. When first hatched, macaw chicks look bizarrely alien, completely naked and featherless, but they quickly develop a layer of fine down that serves as critical thermal insulation. This soft down helps maintain their body temperature, protecting internal organs and preventing rapid heat loss since their biological thermoregulation system is not yet fully developed. Field data shows that, thanks to timely medical intervention from the project's professional veterinarians, the chicks in this monitoring program actually have a significantly higher survival rate than those left unassisted in the wild. The perfect combination of a body engineered as an impact-resistant biomechanical masterpiece with devastating beak force, and a brain capable of abstract reasoning and communicating via individual names, makes the macaw one of the absolute pinnacles of avian evolution. They are conscious entities with a distinct sense of self and a supreme cognitive standing in the wild, proving that deep biological understanding can directly save a future feathered generation in the vast expanses of the Amazon. The ultimate convergence of a powerful biological frame, superior anatomy, and an extreme cognitive intellect does more than just allow the macaw to thrive brilliantly and proudly in the harsh Amazon rainforest. It transforms them into core ecological keystones, holding the ultimate mission of shaping, regenerating, and sustaining the plant life around them. Armed with exceptional biomechanical strength and a specialized diet consisting largely of large nuts, wild fruits, and seeds, macaws inadvertently become the keepers of fate and biodiversity for the entire wilderness. In behavioral ecology, macaws are hailed as master seed dispersers and the ultimate gardeners of the jungle, thanks to their highly specialized feeding habits and their massive daily flight ranges across the canopy. As they fly from one treetop to another, using their devastatingly powerful beaks to tackle massive nuts, they do not just consume the rich fruit pulp. They constantly snap dead branches and knock ripe fruits down to the forest floor, creating a vital, abundant food source for ground-dwelling animals that lack the ability to climb. More importantly, during their clumsy, aggressive feeding process where they routinely carry giant seeds miles away from the parent tree to find quiet, safe spots to eat, a significant number of seeds drop to the forest floor completely intact or only slightly nicked. Transporting seeds over long geographical distances moves them far beyond the negative zone of fungal outbreaks and parasitic seed predators that heavily congregate beneath the parent tree. This is the decisive biological factor that allows the Amazon's colossal trees to maximize their distribution range and aggressively boost gene flow between isolated plant populations, forging a sustainable, multi-layered forest structure resilient to climate fluctuations. Furthermore, intensive field studies have proven that the husks of many hard seeds, after enduring intense pressure from a macaw's beak without being completely crushed, inadvertently gain microscopic fractures on their tough surfaces. These mechanical cracks allow moisture, rainwater, and nutrients from the forest soil to easily penetrate the seed embryo, spiking natural germination rates and accelerating seedling growth up to 3 times faster than normal. Even the toxic seeds that macaws consume and later excrete, having been partially neutralized by clay in their digestive tracts, serve as a rich organic fertilizer, packed with beneficial microbes that jumpstart the root development of young plants the moment they hit the forest floor. The existence of the macaw is, in essence, an irreplaceable ecological linchpin, where every aspect of their daily feeding behavior directly engineers and shapes the landscape of the lush Amazonian canopy. The disappearance of macaws from any part of the forest would instantly trigger a devastating ecological domino effect. Large fruited trees, unable to disperse their seeds across distances, would gradually decline, face isolation, and vanish entirely. This, in turn, would drag down hundreds of species of insects, rodents, and smaller birds that rely on these colossal trees for food and shelter. Yet this very ecological interconnectedness along with their specialized beaks and breathtakingly vibrant plumage, has made macaws one of the most tragic and heavily impacted casualties of aggressive human intervention over the past half-century. That beautiful natural tapestry is under severe threat as macaws steadily vanish from many tropical ecoregions, driven by the devastating impacts of poaching for the illegal international pet trade, habitat destruction, and the rampant deforestation of the Amazon for agricultural expansion and mining. Confronted with this severe global ecological crisis, humans have begun to wake up to their mistakes, rapidly deploying comprehensive, science-based conservation measures that bridge strict wilderness protection with detailed biological research. Modern conservation programs go far beyond establishing closed-off nature reserves. They actively and scientifically intervene in the macaw's natural breeding cycles by installing durable artificial nest boxes made of hardwood or polymer tubes high up in colossal trees to compensate for the critical shortage of natural tree cavities left behind by rampant deforestation. Conservationists and field experts have also pioneered a highly sophisticated egg management and hand-rearing technique. They temporarily harvest the second or third egg in a clutch eggs that are typically abandoned by parents in the wild due to a lack of resources and food, and bring them to specialized labs for artificial incubation. After providing comprehensive pediatric care, they return the chicks to the wild once they are strong enough. Most notable is the establishment of long-term wild reintegration and training centers. Here, captive-bred or rescued macaws must pass a rigorous, multi-month survival boot camp before being released into the wild. Experts teach them to identify and evade apex predators by exposing them to realistic raptor models paired with instinctual alarm calls. They also learn to forage for wild fruits and toxic native seeds instead of relying on commercial feed. And, most importantly, they are conditioned to fear and avoid humans so they never again fall prey to poachers. To fundamentally save this magnificent species, long-term, high-impact initiatives like Peru's Tambopata Macaw project have proven a profound truth. The key to lasting success lies in creating tangible, sustainable economic value for local communities, turning them into voluntary forest guardians rather than poachers or habitat destroyers. The chaotic, breathtaking spectacle of hundreds of diverse macaws gathering, scraping, and squabbling at the clay licks every morning has inadvertently become a one-of-a-kind natural wonder, a massive magnet drawing tens of thousands of eco-tourists and scientists from around the globe to the reserve. The substantial, stable, and legal revenue generated by this ecotourism sector has completely transformed local livelihoods and elevated the region's international standing. This seamless, perfectly synchronized combination of intensive field research, strict medical conservation for chicks at the nest, and nature-based community economic development stands as the ultimate solution. It is a comprehensive mission ensuring that these brilliant, clay-loving giants will always have the freedom to spread their wings and soar high across the endless Amazonian sky. The spectacular revival of macaw populations in Costa Rica, Mexico, and the Peruvian basin stands as a brilliant beacon of hope. It proves that when precise scientific knowledge aligns with a genuine, responsible love for nature, humans are entirely capable of correcting and reversing the devastating mistakes of the past, restoring absolute sovereignty to these magnificent creatures in the heart of the wild. Protecting the macaw is not a luxury meant merely to save a colorful bird for landscape photos or nature documentaries. At its core, it means protecting a master architect, a vital guardian of our planet's survival, and a conscious entity that spends its days using powerful wings to weave the lush green tapestry and maintain the rhythmic biological heartbeat of the eternal Amazon rainforest. Standing in the sweeping wilderness winds, watching a flock of macaws call out to one another across the sky and spread their massive wings toward the clay licks in the blazing sunset, we are directly witnessing the proud endurance of a grand evolutionary masterpiece. It is a profound reminder, an awakening message that we humans are but a single, fragile thread within the biosphere's vast web of life, and that nurturing and protecting each of those brilliant, feathered threads is the only way to shield and preserve our shared home against the storms of the future. So, what do you think? Are you surprised by the fact that the macaw parrot eats clay? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Also, Don't forget to suggest any topics you're curious about, whether it's more secrets of the natural world or the amazing creatures all around us. We'll continue our journey in the next videos. Goodbye for now, and see you soon.